Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and you are watching TTV News with some latest events in the province. And now coming to details. Ladies and gentlemen, on July 25th, Phan Commune of Yimchau district conducted rapid-scale COVID-19 testing for people in the area. This move comes as the number of positive SARS-CoV-2 cases is rapidly increasing.
According to the report of the Steering Committee for COVID-19 Prevention and Control in Phan Commune of Yimchau district, by noon on July the 25th, there was about 31 positive SARS-CoV-2 cases in the commune. 19 cases with positive results by rapid tests are currently waiting for COVID-19 PCR test results of the Center for Disease Prevention and Control of Tay Ninh province to confirmed. Phan Commune has conducted rapid tests for the people who have been to places where positive SARS-CoV-2 cases were detected in order to quickly localize the trace infection in the community. And as of noon of July the 25th, the whole commune has about 1,263 test people.
Tay Ninh Economic Joint Management Board coordinated with the department, local authorities, and investor of Industrial Park has set up an inspection team to assess the condition that company must fully meet for production and business.
And after the inspection, the Management Board of the Economic Zone requested to suspend operation for 7 enterprises, including 3 enterprises in Trang Bang Industrial Park, 2 enterprises in Linh Trung No. 3 Industrial Exports Processing Zone, and 1 company in Tha Nang Kong Industrial Park. Particularly, TST company has overcome conditions and resumes production from July the 23rd of 2021. The companies that have been asked to suspend operations are mainly due to the lack of testing requirements for all employees staying in the companies. There are also about 15 enterprises that have not been supervised and evaluated at their units because they haven't submitted enough records or have suspected case of COVID-19 in the company. Of course, these businesses are not eligible to operate under motto of 3 on the spot. And the inspection team also recorded some difficult phases in enterprises, including buying a quick test or signing contract with medical units with the COVID-19 testing function. Business also faced difficulties in transporting of circulating of goods, including traditional products and food to serve the dietary needs of the workers performing on-site production. The reason is that localities are simultaneously realizing the Prime Minister Directive No. 16. Under the direction of the People Committee of Tay Ninh Province, the Provincial Steering Committee for Disease Prevention and Control, the Management Board of the Tay Ninh Economic Zone continues to supervise and inspect the implementation of 300 sites ruled by companies in the industrial parks to ensure epidemic prevention and control, as well as promptly record and report to the Provincial People's Committee to remove difficulties for enterprises to overcome the complicated situation of the pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, along with other levels and branches, the province education sector also mobilized volunteers to promptly support localities in the prevention and control of COVID-19 pandemic. Currently, there are nearly 120 volunteers participating in the fight against COVID-19 pandemic, mainly teachers from schools and students of the education of college. Volunteers were mobilized to localities that are the hotspot for pandemic prevention and control in the province, such as Yimchau district, Trang Bang town, to support the work of taking samples for testing and contracts of tracing. The volunteers have been thoroughly trained by the health sector on sampling procedures and methods, as well as how to protect themselves from their infectious disease.
Turn to other news. Ladies and gentlemen, in the afternoon of July 23rd, Mr. Nguyễn Văn Hợp, chairman of the Vietnam Phan Committee of Tay Ninh Province, handed over gifts to participating in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic.
The gifts were the cost of many medical supplies, including 300 protective suits, about 16 boxes of medical masks and hand sanitizer, 500 plus shells, etc., with a total purchase of about 93 million Vietnam dong from the funds donated to support the fight against COVID-19 pandemic. Up to now, more than 600 volunteers, including the youth union members and members of association, have been supporting medical examination, testing, and treatment facilities, concentrated isolation areas, and blockade areas, etc. On July the 24th, the Young Entrepreneurs Association gave gifts to share with the people of Vung Tau district who are in the pandemic center of the province. And at the anti-epidemic checkpoint in Phan Commune, the association presented Vietnam Phan Committee of Phan Commune, Vung Tau district with medical masks, antiseptic waters, and some food. And Vice Chairman of the Young Entrepreneurs Association, Chairman Mr. Phan Commune, has said that the Young Entrepreneurs Association has urged the members and sponsors to donate about 30 million Vietnam dong to buy items to support to the forces in the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic in Vung Tau district. The implementation of Directive number 16 also makes guarantee to some of the agricultural products of the people. To support the farmers, the Young Entrepreneurs Association also has called for about 25 million Vietnam dong to buy their agricultural products to donate to their frontline forces. And on July the 25th, the Young Entrepreneurs Association also gave the gifts to Trang Bang World with a total value of about 30 million Vietnam dong. And this is also a locality with many migrant workers working in the restaurants in the area, and this group of the people has faced difficulties, reduced income when the business and production are halted due to implementation Directive number 16 to fight against the pandemic.
The audience during the days of implementing social distancing according to Directive number 16 of the Prime Minister, the prevention and control of COVID-19 in Tay Ninh province has turned into a new state.
The whole political system of Tay Ninh province has made great efforts to control the epidemic. Despite having difficulties, the people were united and stayed calm, so the epidemic situation was controlled and social security was ensured. From midnight on July 18, 2021, Tay Ninh applied Directive number 16 across the province. People are advised to stay indoors, only go out when it's really urgent, and strictly follow the 5K principle. The streets that were once bustling are now quiet. Non-essential stores have been closed. The anti-epidemic strategy has turned into a new stage. A series of measures were strictly implemented from the province to the grassroots level. The working groups in communes and towns are inspecting, and by various ways, they have come to each group, hamlet, and residential area to propagate the implementation of Directive number 16. The situation in Vung Tau district is basically stable. By this time, the checkpoints for people and vehicles, markets are operating stably. The majority of people comply with the directive. In order to minimize the inconvenience of people's daily life when implementing Directive number 16, the provincial departments, district, towns, and city have deployed anti-epidemic scenarios according to different levels in the most effective way. According to the Steering Committee for Disease Prevention and Control of Tay Ninh Province, the outbreak so far have been prevented and blocked in time. Up to now, the whole province has set up 198 medical isolation areas, 10 of which have been lifted, putting 3,355 people into concentrated isolation, while 8,898 people have been isolated at home and in residential areas.
Chúng ta đã triển khai đồng bộ.
It must be said that all levels of sectors, localities, forces have involved very drastically, with a higher sense of responsibility focused on implementing epidemic prevention measures throughout the province. Because of the fact that we have implemented synchronous and drastic solutions, although the number of cases in the past week has increased higher than in the previous period, the number of cases is still in our localization. According to our assessment, we are taking measures in the right direction and in an effective way. Facing the fight against the epidemic, the people of Tay Ninh stayed calm and contributed to the government to overcome difficulties. The government, the business community, and the people share with the people who are in the epidemic areas, with the health sector, with people in difficult circumstances. Knowing that the life of the people and the economy are very difficult, however, the top priority, the most important things that we are aiming for is always the safety of the health and the life of the people. So all level sectors will focus more drastically on epidemic prevention measures, especially tightening the implementation of social distancing under Directive number 16. For the rest of the time, In an effort to control and push back the spread of the epidemic in the province, was the desire to soon bring life back to a new normal state, contributing to improving people's life as well as maintaining and stepping up production. We also hope that each citizen business continue to accompany and contribute, especially showing a high sense of responsibility in strictly implementing the provisions of Directive Number 16. Right now, the calmness of the people, the determination of the authorities in implementing measures are important factors determining the success of the epidemic prevention and control. Every citizen staying at home, only going out in case of a really urgent matter, not panicking, not listening to false news, has contributed to the fight against the epidemic in the coming days, so that life can quickly return to normal state.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today TTV News. Thank you for joining with us and see you next time.